Boo. I did that to Laura and it scared the bejesus out of her. My poor therapist. I scared my therapist today. Anyway, that was my Chucky bobblehead that I got for Christmas. And gotta get my Godzillas in order here. Of course, I got my big guy up there. And sorry that it's gloomy. It's raining. It's cold and dark. But I just finished a session with Laura, and I told her about how there was a little bit of drama on Christmas, but I took care of myself through it, and she was really proud of me for that. And this is the final day of 2025. I mean, New Year's Eve, guys. It's a trauma-versary, and when it gets dark, that's when I'm going to struggle a bit. But I have tools I did not have before. So, you know, I'm going to be doing a lot of work to take care of myself. And, you know, a lot has happened this year, and a lot is going to happen at the start of next year. And hopefully it'll be something good, you know, in terms of my mom's health. Because we have found out through the MRI that she does have torn muscle on her shoulder blade. It's not completely torn, but it's a partial tear. But muscle tears are painful, like really, really painful. When you're 80 years old, like my mom is, that's rough. And she's got the arthritis in her back, and we're going to figure out what's going on with her lung pretty soon here. She's going to get a PET scan and then a bronchoscopy because they're going to go down and look and see what's going on. And then we'll go from there. But, like, we've been struggling with this since, like, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So, like, a long time. And the nurse practitioner she was seeing was making assumptions instead of testing. And we think that might have made the problem worse. Because she gave my mom a muscle relaxant and it made the pain worse instead of helping it. So now we know it's not a nerve that's the problem. It's the actual muscle. So anyway, on Christmas there was a bit of drama, but my sister and I kind of pulled ourselves out of it. And we let my mom and dad just do their bullshit. And we just had fun and let them be old misers, I guess. But you know, we got through the gift opening and all that stuff, and I told Laura that I've discovered another part, and you saw him at the beginning. It is Chucky. So, you know, in my parts therapy, I'll have to make a more complete video about it, but I have to update the parts work, but my intrusive thoughts have manifested as Chucky in my mind. And the reason that's important is because instead of sitting around going, oh my God, I'm a terrible person for thinking something like this. I mean, why would I even think that? Because I do have really horrible thoughts that I don't want to repeat here. You know, and, you know, intrusive thoughts are different from the critic. Because I have a critic part that criticizes everything I do and insults me. But Chucky, the intrusive thoughts, he actually says things that scare the shit out of me. Things I never say to other people. Or he will go dive into my memory banks and just throw out a whole bunch of horrible memories as flashbacks. You know, and he'll swim around in there, you know, just making a mess of things, as Chucky does. So, you know, if you've seen the Child's Play or the Chucky TV series, you know, Chucky, yeah. Charles Lee Ray, who put his spirit into a doll because he didn't want to die. Anyway, so when I tell myself, oh, that's just Chucky, it's a lot easier to compartmentalize those things versus being like, oh my God, I'm a horrible person because of this. It's like, shut up, Chucky. You know, and he can run around in his little pitter-patter feet and he can giggle all he wants, but I don't have to be scared of him. And Piccolo is my insight and he found Chucky hiding under the critic's skirt, because the critic is Rita Repulsa from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? So there was another voice besides her screechy voice, and so he just pulled Chucky out by the back of the neck and threw him down in front of me and went, there. That's the problem. So those are your intrusive thoughts. That's the one that's making you think all these things. So that's another part. So if you hear me talking about Chucky, like Chucky said this, just know that I'm talking about a part. So anyway, my parts are not alters. I don't have DID. I don't have dissociative identity disorder. These parts are like a deck of cards where they're all out all the time. Like I've got my poker hand all the time. They're different facets of me, but they're all me. And, they all hear and see each other and everything, and I hear and see all of them. It's not where one is in control and the others don't exist. It's like, no, there's sometimes one that may be more in control than the others, but they're all driving, if that makes sense. It's just sometimes Chucky might kick the pedal or take the wheel, or, Godzilla might kick the car and send it flying somewhere, and yeah. So I got 2 Godzilla parts. I've got -1 Godzilla, who is trauma, and MonsterVerse Godzilla is anger. They clash. I'm working on not letting them clash. Yeah, and I'm beginning to wonder if Plushy Godzilla is like a protection force of some kind. But he's not really a part. He just kind of exists in the space. And if you hear trash trucks, sorry. But anyway, my focus is self-care. So tell me what your year has been like. I want to hear about your year. Tell me about it. And while you're doing that, make sure to remember that I love you. Take care of yourselves. And you're going to do it. You're going to get through this. Hold on. I love you.